Hell no. Look where you found yourself. This is Hammer Away, and I'm Viking Stew. Let's get hammered.
Let's do it.
What's up, guys? This is Jaron Galino with Lynch Mob, and I'm hanging with Viking Stew on the Hammer Away show.
What is up, folks? It is great to be here once again. It's a Sunday. What is going on here? It's this new daily thing that's going on with me, I think, lately. Hammerway is coming to you live this evening. It's like late afternoon, early evening. I'm not quite sure what to think. Maybe we'll ask Sam's idea here in a second. Can you dig it? So yeah, here we are, folks. It is Sunday, and here I am with Sam Spade Morris from Midnight Devils. How are you, brother?
Viking Stew, what's going on, buddy?
It's been too long.
It has been way too long. I was thinking that. I'm just like, man, when was the last time I talked to you where we were standing on a street somewhere in maybe England or something like that?
Yeah, that's what it. Yeah, that's right. Isn't that what it was?
I'm not sure, but that seems to be the last one I remember.
Either that or it was right after you got back before you got married.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Because I think your fiance at the time was in the room.
That's right. She's not here. She is not here right now, but she sends her well wishes and all the best to Viking Stew.
Right back.
Awesome. That's so cool.
That's fantastic. So, hey, I saw Rod Stewart the other night, and I did this review yesterday, which I realized after I did it, I'm like, I didn't even say what he played. I talked about what Cheap Trick played, but his set list was Infatuation, Tonight I'm Yours, It's a Heartbreak, or It's a Heartache. Sorry, It's a Heartache. See, that's that whole thing, right? Def Leppard does one.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that has nothing to do with the one he sang, but Def Leppard had one, and then they had Bringing on the
Heartbreak.
Break.
Yeah.
And then Winger had the Heartache one, right? Hanging on a Heartache.
Oh, see, now you got me questioning it, Stu. That's good.
That's what I'm talking about.
Now I'm rethinking everything I thought I knew about life in general.
Right.
Sunday. It's only Sunday afternoon. That's it. Did you have to play last night? Is that why this is all messed up?
Woo! This is just it's so much deeper than we could have ever imagined. I love that. I'm questioning life itself.
The afternoon.
So that was always something, and I don't know what me, a music head, why I can't keep that one straight. I don't know. They were, and those two albums, well, they were a few years apart. They were maybe 5 to 6 years apart. That Def Leppard album, High and Dry, and then Wingers.
I always like to think
first record.
I always like to think that maybe you stumbled upon a conspiracy and that actually the albums are linked together somehow in some fashion. Like maybe Mutt Lange had, there's a whole thing. Yeah, that Phil Collins, Mutt Lange. Oh,
that's right.
It gets weird in there. There's
That's
questionable timelines for sure.
I have to ask you this too, Sam, and then I'll finish this list of what he played. But have you ever been, let's twofold this. Have you ever been in a eating establishment, grocery store, a store, somewhere, and heard a song, and you're like, "Holy shit! I can't believe they're playing this."
Yes.
Okay. Now, do you remember what the song was or where you were?
It's a very good question, Stu. I appreciate you asking me this because I have a great answer to it.
Awesome.
So we were out with the family, which is we don't get to too often, but we all went out. We went out for dinner. We were sitting there in just some restaurant, and the song "Toadies" came on. Right, and I was like, "Oh, this is a pretty good one."
Yeah.
And then that song, "Ooh, I want you. I don't know if I need you. Ooh, I die to find out."
Wow, I don't know that.
Whatever that song is, that one came on too. And both of those songs, I go, "Oh, these are really good. I got to remember these so that I can play them at the club later in the week. And so I took those songs that I heard in the restaurant, added them to my like Friday, Saturday club banger playlist, and they hit really hard. So it was like brought it like full circle. And now Carrie and I, every time we hear it, we kind of think of the, just hang out with the dudes.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. So in the restaurant, exactly, to answer your question.
That is taking it even to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for me, and one of them, I don't remember what the song was, but I was in a Trader Joe's and there was a song coming on. And then one of the workers there, they're usually pretty, do you have Trader Joe's?
Yeah. We don't have one close, so we don't really go.
But you've been to one?
Yes. Yeah.
So, they're really friendly and all that, it's like hippie town kind of, but, and so then one of them, somebody walked by me and they were like, "Hey, how are you doing today?" And I'm like, "I'm really good." And I love this song and I can't believe it's playing here. And probably nobody else knows what it is. And I'm like, I just wanted to tell somebody. Such a dork. Like,
what was the song?
Somebody's got to know. I can't even believe I didn't move my mic over earlier.
Was it a Kiss song?
No, I don't remember what it was, but the one I do truly remember, now that you can really hear me, the one that I truly remember is Christine and I standing in a subway, and they played, if you can believe this, they played "Catch Your Train" by Scorpions, which is from like In Trance. I think that's on In Trance, which is long before anybody else in the mass public here in the States knows, right? And it was just weird. I was just like,
so crazy.
What? Why is a Subway playing Scorpions, early Scorpions? It's not even Love Drive. Love Drive was still a couple of years after that.
Pre-Rock You Like a Hurricane Scorpions, which was almost one could say. I mean, we could dive into the minutia of this. But they had a career, like a 10-year career, pre-Rock You Like a Hurricane.
Yes, very much like April Wine here in the States as opposed to Canada. Right? You're like, wait, how many albums did they already have by the time I heard of these guys?
That's what the Midnight Devils are working on. We're working on having an entire full catalog, 5-6 albums, a live album, greatest hits, before anybody knows, before we're a household name.
Well, right. That's like my friends, the band Blitz over in England.
Yeah.
I really would love to see you guys pair up with them for a tour over there. In the
we
UK.
got to hit them up. We do every time, and every time we go over there, we talk about it, and it's got to happen now. You put it in the universe, and now it's got to make sense. It's got to pull
I can
back
make
around.
It happen if you want. Whatever you need.
Connecting people around the world, Viking Stew.
That's it. That's what I do. I seriously, not joking at all. That is what I strive to do.
That's cool.
Because
I like that.
Because I left this Rod Stewart show the other night. Now, I didn't feel this way, but one of the folks who showed up at the show did feel this way. And as they were leaving, they said, if they were talking to somebody who worked there, they're like, "Can I ask you a question?" They're like, "Sure." And they're like, "Okay, so why did Cheap Trick open up for Rod Stewart?" And this doesn't seem to, and I'm like, well, I think it fits fine.
Yeah.
They were having hits around the same time frame, even though, like, I just realized I forgot that I had gotten a copy of this.
What is that?
Blondes Have More Fun by Rod Stewart.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. That's a classic.
I think, yeah. And I was thinking it was more like 77, 78, but I think it might have been 76. But because that's something he said the other night. But that's sealed still. I bought it sealed. Somebody had sold their whole sealed. They had, like, I guess, boxes of sealed records. They must have worked for a warehouse or something. And it's still sealed. So,
wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. But she was just wondering, and I'm like, I don't know. I think it works fine, But I don't know. But that's part of it, is people get to shows and they're like, why are you? And I'm not saying that you guys have done that with your tours that you've done, but I'm just saying there are moments where I'm like, you know what? That would really go well with this, and they probably don't know each other.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, would that make a great show?
I saw just the other day we took our our 16-year-old, its very first show, but
Mm.
ZZ Top and Night Ranger.
Wow.
Holy cow! Like a Sunday night, ZZ Top, Night Ranger. Night Ranger opened for ZZ Top. Big shout out to Eric Griffin from the Murder Dolls. They were just in Lincoln, and we went and hung out, and I was completely blown away by both bands. Both bands. ZZ Top is the coolest band ever. How is that even possible? I don't even understand it.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Yeah. And have you seen their documentary that they put out?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
God, that's good. And the beard storyline, I was like, that's kind of interesting.
It is interesting.
I never thought about
and,
it.
Once again, and so the more I learn and the more we talk about this is like they had, once again, like a full career prior to like Eliminator coming out,
Right,
and they did all this stuff. And
Yeah.
they had these big breaks, and that's where the beard stuff came in. And like there was a whole career prior to them being really, really famous.
Absolutely. And they put out that El Loco record because they took they were like, we were going to take a year off.
Right.
And the year turned to 2, and then that turned to 3. And then we were back. We came back, and unbeknownst to the two of them, because there was no video calling at the time, it was just over the phone and whatnot. And unbeknownst to each other, Dusty and Billy had grown beards.
Yeah.
And they got together and did El Loco.
And I think
then
Frank
everything
kicked the heroin habit.
was it. Yeah.
Yeah, just a couple years off. A little pesky heroin habit.
And of course, the one with no beard is Frank Beard.
That's right.
So I don't know. It's really wild. So anyway, but it was kind of interesting. So I love bringing people together that I'm just like, you guys have been touring over there multiple times already. And I'm just like, this is, and Blitz is getting ready to, they have what I'm hoping is happening with you guys with this new record and subsequent record. Let's just put it that way. You're going to have a new record you're going to be working on. So when you do that, this one for them, I think this is going to be that breakout record.
Yes.
And Rock City Symphony is what it's called. Everybody already knows this. And it's just, outside of me being on it, but outside of that.
Did you play bass on it?
No, I did a voiceover piece.
Oh, cool.
I would love to have played bass, but I'm not a studio bass player.
Right.
I'm a guy you want live. I've got good charisma. That kind of thing. I love playing on the stage, but I mean, I say I've got great charisma. I just tell people that I got great charisma.
You can say that. People believe you when you say it. It's fine.
The best one, Sam, is when I was working at the school, which I just retired from doing that. But when I was working there, and this one guy goes, "Mr. Johnson," I'm like, "What? You got Riz?" I go, "Excuse me,
Riz?
You got Riz? What? What are you even talking about? With the ladies, you got Riz? Like you talk to all the they like talking to you?" And I was like, "Are you talking about charisma? You're telling me I have charisma? That's where this comes from, right?" And the other student that was with him, that was always with him, says, "No, that's not where it came from." I go, "Okay, okay, I got to stop you there." Kiss sang about it in
there
1979.
Perfect.
So I had to throw the Kiss card down fast.
I was waiting for it. It's off the Dynasty album.
Exactly. I'm like, Sam would be so proud of me right now. Sam. Oh, and you know what? Stu would be proud of me too. Because you both. Oh, dude. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Blitz is a 3-piece.
Okay.
Stu is the bass player, lead singer. And he's a huge Kiss fan and horror film fan.
Here we go. We're already best friends. We don't even know.
You guys might as well figure out a song you could play together.
Yes. Oh, that's not a bad idea.
That's been my dream for bands here in town.
There we go.
Is to book a gig where somebody plays the beginning, somebody plays the latter half, but in the middle, somebody breaks down some of their equipment and you get maybe the drum kits off together. You get the drum kit off, and then the drummer for the second band comes in, sets up his drums, and then you play a couple songs together.
That's a pretty cool idea.
And then they leave, and then you go on the rest of the night. Everybody
it's like
gets
one
paid.
Continuously long gig with 3 bands and no stops.
Absolute. And you get the best of both bands together for a couple of songs.
Cool.
You know, I'm like, who doesn't think of this stuff? I mean,
That's true. It's never been done. I've never seen it before.
Right? I don't know. People just don't. I don't know. It's weird, but I understand. Sometimes some people get a little weird about stuff, and you know. So anyway, well, let's get back to this list real quick, and I'll run through it really fast. Let's see. What did he do? Rollin' Tumble Blues. It Takes Two. They did that whole thing. First Cut is the Deepest. Do you remember? Do you know who wrote that?
Of course, yeah.
A Cat Stevens tune. Tonight's the Night. Forever Young, and they did this river dancey thing in there. And then they had the Motown song Young Turks, which great song. Maggie May, fantastic.
Yeah.
Then he did I'd Rather Go Blind, and that was kind of a dedicated moment. Oh, Forever Young, there was a little Ozzy Osbourne tribute thing in there that he did. Christine McVie, he said a little tribute to her. And Downtown Train. I'm Every Woman. These women that are on this tour with Rod, I mean, well, they're gorgeous, first of all, but so are their voices. Oh my God. And the playing of the two violinists, a harp player who also plays percussion. It's just amazing. And there was one of them, though. You know how it is. Either you're a Ginger or a Marianne guy, as far as guys are concerned, right? Or you're a
Gilligan or the skipper. Oh,
Gilligan, why don't you get us some fresh fruit? I always loved that little hand thing he had.
Gilligan or the skipper.
Yeah, I'm sure women really had a rough time with that one.
Right. Choosing.
I'm more of a skipper guy. Gal, I'm just no, it's crazy. But you know, or Jennifer, or why can't I say, or Bailey and WKRP, you know.
Yep.
So that was, but there was this one gal that just, I mean, I thought she was beyond. And then in the latter part of the show, she just opened her mouth, and it just, this huge, awesome note came. Just, oh my God. I'm like, it reminded me of the gals from B-52s is what I mentioned last night.
Cool.
Just how they're like a horn section themselves. Oh man, it was great. Let's see what else. Let's see. If You Don't Know Me by Now, he did You're in My Heart. And let's see. Have I Told You Lately I Love You? Let's see. Proud Mary, Do You Think I'm Sexy? Stay With Me. Some Guys Have All the Luck, and then they did Love Train as an encore. So there you go. Now I've finished the review. Let's get on to you, man. Now, you notice I got my stuff back here, and I realize I still need to get a copy of the new record.
Oh, okay. I'll get one in the mail. I was just packing stuff up today.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So let's talk about this. You got a brand new single from the album.
Yes.
And tell me about this song.
Sure. This is the second single from our third record. So the third record is called So Hard It Hurts. Came out almost a year ago. And we've been touring ever since then. Basically, we've been on the road. We started in Australia back in July. We did Australia, Japan, the UK, Norway. We did 4 tours across the USA. And now we're finally back home. And just in time to kind of put this new song out. It kind of started, the song came out when the fourth leg of the Get Laid in the USA tour started. A song called Shock the World. It's just this powerful, powerful song. I think that's just, it's really simple. It's straight ahead rock and roll. It's almost punk rock to a point and to an attitude of basically, this is who we are. And we're going to keep doing what we love to do no matter what you think. And I think that's like the end of the day. It's the ultimate FU song. And
it's
so
your Sex Pistols moment.
Yeah,
right?
It absolutely is. It was the last song we wrote for the record.
Wow.
It was a song that we didn't know was going to make it. Like we had no real plan. Sniper just had this riff, and I thought it was like, man, this is too cool to not use. I'm just going to write some gibberish down, and the gibberish kind of morphed and turned into what the song is. And it was the last one added. We kept it super short, and it's 3.5 minutes. It's like right on the dot of 3.5 minutes.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Which is hard to do. It's hard to write a 3.5 minute song.
Well, especially when you're enjoying it. You know, you're like, okay, we got to cut it off.
Yep.
You know, like how many times over the years? Well, I mean, there's the one side where everybody's like, wow, I can't believe that 6-minute song actually
Right.
became a hit.
Right.
You know, and they left it alone the way it was. But there again, there's those times where you just like, you got to bite the bullet and just go, we're going to have to edit this down, or you're going to have to
trim her down. Yep.
You know,
but with this one, we set straight out, like, let's not add anything. Let's just go for broke and do exactly what we do best, which is just like that. You know, while we are like the hyper glam party rock and roll band, our music at the heart of it is straight ahead, American punch you in the face rock and roll.
Because that's really when it happens these days too, is when you're playing it live. You know, it's, even as a guy who plays covers, I look at my bandmates and I'm like, guys, it doesn't have to be like the record.
No.
If somebody out there is digging it, we're gonna draw it out a little bit.
Absolutely. And our live shows are very much like that. We've been so proud of being one of the only live bands that doesn't use tracks. We don't use, in-ears or keys or like anything to help us. So essentially it's a very, very organic thing. So we tailor our live set to exactly what's happening in the crowd. And so I just have my finger on the pulse of it, and we kind of ebb and flow depending on how the crowd reacts.
Yeah. What have you ever had a switch on stage where you're just like, oh, I'll never forget when we did that?
All the time. Like we do it all the time, where I was like, because that's the cool thing of it, is it leaves it open for greatness, but it also leaves it open for these mistakes or these interesting parts where it could be different. And so, as well as I do, that building a set list is always like the hardest thing, especially you got a million songs and people want you to play this. And so it's like, we're always kind of figuring out how to get songs in and not play the same songs and add new songs. And especially if you're opening act, you only got 45 minutes, how are you going to add these songs in and still talk to the audience? It's a tough one. But with the live show, definitely, it's like you kind of figure out what works and what feels good.
Well, and as well as I do, because you have you guys had, well, let me ask you this. I may put my foot in my mouth if I go ahead with my statement, but did you guys start off doing the bar circuit, doing covers, doing 4-hour nights, that kind of thing?
Yeah, we absolutely did.
So, it's on the other side of it too, where you're like, okay, so it's tough to write a 45-minute set sometimes because you're like, what do we put in?
Yep.
And then it's also just as tough on a 4-hour set where you're like, oh, good God, do we have something else we can play too? Because I think we're going to be short. I don't know, what else can we play?
Which is such a super, and then that's a super old school rock and roll performer thing where you're like, okay, we only got this many songs. Let's extend this part and make this into a big crowd participation part where I got to add this and add that and add that, and just keep playing, and that's how we were. 100%. You're right. Like we got to do 3 sets of material in the beginning, in the early days of the Midnight Devils, 3 sets, 4 sets of material, which was no problem. Like once we got it down, and now I think we were I'm very thankful that we did that and learned that stuff like that,
Yeah. Doesn't it kill you, especially when you just said that? I'm so glad you said it that way, because it totally drew me back to, like, say, Iron Maiden or any of these bands that we've watched their story, in a documentary and interviews and stuff like that. And they're like, and do you ever have that moment where, like, how'd you get away with that shit? Because you're like, yeah, we had like 2 songs, so we like played those for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
You're like, no, wait a minute. How did that work? I mean, what did you play? How did you get away with that for that long? Just a few songs. You're like, that must have been either.
Ours were like songs we had borrowed because we came out of the ashes of like an 80s hair metal tribute band. So we were, it was still kind of ongoing. So we were still pretty fresh. Sniper and I were still pretty fresh.
Yeah.
And so we kind of stole, sucked up all the songs that we could do, and then all the originals that we had written and took those and claimed them for the Midnight Devils. And we're like, this is what we're going to do. And so it's like, it's kind of grown from there. And now we're just progressing the natural progression of stuff.
Yeah. What was one of your favorite songs to cover tunes in the early days when you collected as Midnight Devils?
Yeah. It was, we did some really cool stuff, and I liked it because we could do say with 3D in your face with our band, we could only do 80s stuff, and it was really 80s, late 90s or early 90s stuff. But with the Devils, we could do 70s. So we could do stuff like David Bowie. We could do the Rolling Stones, but make them our own and make them kind of these rock versions. And I'll still remember though, like, because playing the bar circuit's hard, and so how do you engage a crowd? And you're like, man, I'm having trouble. This crowd they're not keying on anything I'm throwing out there. Right. But I know that I always have these like aces up my sleeve. And there's like Every Rose Has Its Thorn or Wanted Dead or Alive. And these songs that you can pull out like in time of need. I have to win a crowd over really fast. One of my last dire. So we had those. But we played it as a 3-piece. Those two, like we did Sweet Child of Mine as a 3-piece. Like all these really, but it was crowd participation.
Right.
It helped get us through.
Right. I remember being in my first 3-piece, and that was the first professional band that I played in. And I remember people going, "Do you play Kansas?" I said, Do you see how many people are up here? Mm-hmm. But I'll be damned if we didn't start playing Carry On Wayward Son with 3 of us. And then there's a band, I don't know if you've ever heard of these guys. I don't know that they ever had more than one record. A band called The Showdown.
I've never heard of them.
Oh, it's kick-ass, dude. I'll find it out there and send you a link.
Okay.
But it's kick-ass, and I think there was 4 of them in that band, but they did that song.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, this is kick-ass. I'm thinking, we do this song. So, all right, we can, there you go. As long as you're bringing the essence of the song, that's really what the people want. Mm-hmm. And as long as you've got the energy and you sell it, then that's good, and you put your brain on a little bit. You can't just not do a bunch of stuff.
Right. And especially in a situation like that. And it still carries over to today. It's like, we know what we're coming out with. We're gonna essentially, for lack of a better word, shock you as soon as we hit the stage. We're gonna make your jaws drop. But then by the 3rd song in, we're gonna hook you so that you're completely involved and like invested in everything that we're doing and everything around us. And so by the end of the set, we're all friends and we're all having fun and we're all gonna go outside and smoke a joint after the show, and it's gonna be great. Like that's the thing, and it hasn't changed from the cover world. It's the same, and those are the lessons we learned kind of in the early days of the Midnight Devils.
Yeah, because we've known each other now 6 years. 6 years.
Yeah,
6 years.
Yeah.
Because you didn't, as we talked about before, you didn't play the 2017, but you played the 18.
Correct.
Right up there at Rock and Skull.
Yep.
And that's where we met. And I was just, everything that you just said is everything that I would have just said about your performances and about when I saw you the first time. I'm like, damn, these guys just bring you in. This is fun. This is
right.
And
I think that's what it's supposed to be. And I think that's what people look forward to the most now more than ever. Really, it's like, I think like the coolest part of the Midnight Devils, like our selling point is that, if you see our name on the bill, on any flyer, anywhere, that it's going to be this massive party and that something insane is going to happen and that you're going to have a good time and that everybody's going to walk away smiling and laughing their asses off. And it's not just because we're there. It's like the collective, though, but it's like this beacon for, I don't know if it's troublemakers or people wanting to have fun or the wild ones or whatever it is. The Midnight Devils are on it. People are like, oh, man, here we go. This is going to be one of those things like, call the police, have them on standby because we're going to be right there, right in that line. Call the paramedics. Dial 911 and have the other one ready to go.
And that's got to be great. I mean, for any of these bands that you tour with and stuff, is to know that whether you're opening or headlining, that you're going to be bringing it.
The funny thing is most of them don't know. They don't expect it. And so they think like, so for part of me like really is happy to be a opening act, a support act, because we can go in there and completely devastate headlining acts who think they're like they got, oh man, we're so cool, and then we'll come in like just and be so dumb and so fun and so just over the top ridiculous, just loving rock and roll and loving everything about this, that we can, for lack of a better term, we can destroy anybody just because of how much fun we have.
Right.
that's the coolest thing ever. And it's
Right.
not that we work harder, that we're better musicians, or that any of it. It's just the sheer amount of fun that we have.
Right. Yeah. And I think I personally, if anybody gets upset about anything like that, first of all, that's a real shitty pussy way of doing it, of being.
Yeah.
I don't understand when people are like that. You're like, so what? Are you just tired today and you can't you feel like you can't bring what it takes to be the next elevation from this? I'm not going to say that it's a competition.
Nope.
It only is if you think it is.
Right.
Or it only is in the way that you can go, you know what? I had kind of a shitty day today, but these guys are kicking ass and I got to bring it.
Yep.
Like I used to say about the radio, I have to walk in whenever I worked on the radio. Every day I came in, I had to be like I just had sex.
Yep.
And I'm just like, I got to be happy about it. I got to be cool. I got to be in, just like everything is. Yeah.
Yep.
And that's just the way you have to be. People complain about, well, what if they book a gig and then people go to their gig instead of ours? I go, make yours more better.
Exactly. They're gonna be like, man, I want them to say, I wish I would have went to that other one. That one looked like it was way.
Yes. Or Sam, at least have them go, wow, I really don't know which one I want to go to.
Right. I heard things about those Midnight Devils boys. They're kind of crazy.
See? Yeah. And then they'll be like, shit, I'm going to that one.
Right.
And I'm not going to bitch if I'm down the street with my kilt on, playing and my boots and having a good time. Yet I don't do the show that you guys do. I'm not going to complain that, well, everybody's going to go to Midnight Devils.
Yeah.
See Edge of Blue. But, you're like, dude, just don't worry about it. That's not what you have. And that's not what you're trying to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not touring all over the world. I'm playing covers and I'm doing what I do. And I'm
having a good time doing it. That's
exactly.
I think to this whole thing is like,
exactly.
No matter what you're doing, as long as you're doing it and having a good time at it, like as
Right.
long as it's scratching that itch, that's really what.
Yeah.
For
And
me,
as long as you're not just
like,
standing there like a sloth.
Yeah, I have this unscratchable itch. Like I have to keep going. I have to keep pushing it. I have to keep.
Yep.
Like today, I'm just like down at like right here, and it's Sunday afternoon. We're just hanging out. We had a big show last night at the strip club, and it was like this whole all day long affair of bikers and strippers, and oh man, it was so cool. Wow. And today I'm like listening to Kiss, the new Kiss live album. They're like, they got a couple that are come off the soundboard live.
Yes,
and
I have one of those. Yeah.
I think they're really good and they're really fun to listen to. And so I honestly can't, I'm addicted.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Hello, I'm Sam. I'm an addict of rock and roll. I have a problem. I can't stop. I have trouble.
My name's Viking Stew and I like Kiss.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. I should have, before I said anything, I should have said, hi, Sam.
It's great for you to be here, Stu. I appreciate it. You're in like-minded company.
We gotta, you know what? I'm gonna design that, and I'm gonna send one to you. It'll be a Kiss Army addict. That's what it'll be.
I'm an addict. I can't stop even if I tried. I'm sorry.
And I'll have it printed here. I'll just have our name badge printed right there.
And it's like I don't know, but I just listen, and it just follows into what it is like about this. I don't even know the music, the lifestyle, everything about it, because you listen to those records and you're like listening, and as I'm doing it, my mind is reeling, and you're picturing it all in your head, picturing these guys on stage, and you're picturing Paul misses a couple lines here, or he says something there, or I know what the next song is going to be by the words that he's using to introduce or to talk to the crowd, and I'm like, oh man, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Like nobody else thinks this is cool. Well, a lot of people do think this is as cool as I do, but.
Yeah. And that's what's so wild. You have bands that were wildly popular at the same time.
Yeah.
Let's just take these two. CCR and Kiss. Even though CCR had an earlier start, they were still very popular throughout the 70s, into the late 70s. So, but if you watch their, what is it, the Royal Albert Hall show of CCR?
Yeah.
John Fogerty, he is the epitome of what I say about playing a song in your cover band set that people maybe don't know, but is a great song.
Okay.
and you just shut up. You don't tell anybody, I like this song. This is the band I really like. And I
You're
think
right,
you're gonna
right.
like this song. And people like either shut the hell up and play it, or okay, I don't want to be here right now because I don't know what the hell this is, and I don't trust your judgment, right? But that's the way Fogerty was, because I always say, just shut your mouth, play something they love,
Yep.
and then shut your mouth, play the thing they don't maybe know, and then shut your mouth and play this thing that they do love. And then that's how you feed that in. Just because it's not because I'm trying to pull one over on them. It's I respect them.
Right.
They don't give a shit. My crowd doesn't give a shit. Just play the frickin' song. If
Right.
it's that good, just play it. So, but John Fogerty didn't say a word. So it's the opposite of what you just said of what Paul Stanley does, right? Where he's
Right.
doing the intro and you're like, oh, I know what he's going to do.
Right.
John was like, they get done with the song, bam. And then he's like, just walks up to the mic, thank you. And then he walks back to the drums and it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And they go into the next song, that whole concert. It was so non-Stanley. So, yeah. In fact, in that new album coming up of Blitz, they have a little bit of a Kiss homage in there. Lyrically. So kind of in the same way Bon Jovi did.
Well, very cool.
Somebody. But now tell me what is next?
Very good. Right now we are back home. Like I said, we did the 4 legs of the US tour from January to July.
Yeah.
And we got married in May to Carrie. And
Yes.
now we're like, okay, well, what do we do next? And we kind of planned on like, we're maybe going to take it easy. We're going to really kind of sit back and work on a lot of the creative, which is it's hard to give the time needed to the creative when you're out on the road being a road band. So that's like, because you have to give that time. There has to be that time to sit and write like pen to paper songs and all this stuff, get everything taken care of. So we're gonna sit here and kind of do our creative and work on what's coming next for the Midnight Devils. What's the next piece of the puzzle, the story? And then we got an offer to go to Australia in November. And so we are very excited to say that for the 3rd year in a row, the Midnight Devils are heading to Australia. We're going to be supporting a band called Boulevard of Eyes for 10 days over from, it's like, I think the tour is November 23rd to the December 1st, something like that. But we're supporting Boulevard of Eyes and a band called Awaken the Hate from Australia. But Boulevard of Eyes is Robert Trujillo's wife, Chloe Trujillo.
Wow.
I believe she is the lead singer of that band. So we're going to be, once Metallica does their tour of Australia, then Boulevard of Eyes goes out and does their tour. We'll be supporting Boulevard of Eyes.
Wow.
So it'll be a really cool thing. And it's like some great shows. One of the first shows is on a cruise of the Sydney Harbor.
So I think you need me on that crew, right?
Yeah. Get on. So they got like a tour bus rented and everything. It's just going to be a sickening thing that we're going to kind of go out there and do that for, and it's going to be warm down there. It'll be summer there while it's winter here.
Right. Wow, man. Well, if there's room on the crew, I'm ready to rock.
I'll let the TM know.
That's just right after my birthday.
When's your birthday?
21st of November.
Yep. We'll be cruising right. We'll be in the airplane headed that way.
Yeah, man, that would be killer. Are you have you ever heard of the Angels or Angel City?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. They had a song. We play their AOR hit called Marseille. We play that in the band, and they're from Australia. Great band. If I'll get you some links so you can get into that. It's kind of like, I always think of them kind of, I probably shouldn't because I don't know how real it is, but it's like Canada with the Tragically Hip. You're like, I don't think you're really Canadian if you don't know who the Tragically Hip is. Just like I don't think you're either from you don't know Ted Nugent. If you're from Detroit and you don't know that, you're not the Midwest, really from Detroit. Yep. New York, this Kiss thing, and all these different bands, right? So it's kind of like that, except the whole area. If you don't know, then you're out. You're not from here. But yeah, so that's great. Well, then, if man, I should come and visit you. How long are you going to be home then?
We're home, so I'm
Until
back in,
that time?
yeah, we're back in Nebraska. I'm here till November. Basically, we're
Okay.
just kind of doing
Doing
like
some
this
close gigs?
the creative still. No, we're not even doing that. The
Wow.
creative is still continuing. Yeah, so we're really just like buckling down, which is cool because we never really have taken a break. It's a really hard thing for us to do because we've been such a working hard band. Like it feels good and it feels different, but I love it. I'm loving being home. I'm loving kind of doing everything that is involved with
Right.
being here with the family, but also the creative, man. Like it's exciting for me, and the stuff that we're working on
Right.
is like the stuff that's going to affect us in 2026.
Right.
And there's such big plans for 2026. There's another UK tour. There's all these festivals and stuff that like once we get it all tied up, like we're just going to set ourselves up for some really cool stuff next year.
Yeah. And you know what? I get kind of excited when you talk about that because that just means you're kind of setting yourselves up as, I would think, a better situation than, and that's more of what the industry of music could be. What you've heard me talk about it before, where I'm like, fuck the music industry if they're not going to get it right and they don't care.
Yep.
And
yes.
They don't care about the right things.
Yes.
So in doing it this way, you are the industry of music.
Correct.
When
100%.
You're like, no. First of all, we've seen how that works or doesn't work.
I'm not bound to any trends, not to any gatekeepers, like none of that. And it's really, really hard. Okay. It's very difficult, but I'm learning as a human being, as like a whatever. Yeah. I'm not comparing the Midnight Devils to any other band that's out there.
No,
we're writing
no reason to.
Story.
No reason to.
We're going to be our own record label. We're going to be our own publicist. We're going to do all this stuff by ourselves. Like pretty much like there's two main reasons. One, like the underdog, right? Okay. We're punk rockers. We're going to do it ourselves. We're going to tell everybody else they can go stick it up their ass. Like, I don't care. You said we can't do it. It can't be done. I'm going to tell you it can be done. So there's like all those things, right? And you nailed it on the head. Like, the music industry, we are the music industry. What are you talking about? Yeah.
Damn straight. Why would you ever give that away?
Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I appreciate you guys because that's really what it's about, standing up for fuck's sake. Just do it. I know it's tough. I know it's different, but you keep working it that way and it can be done. And let's put it this way. Look at and I don't mean any ill will in this. I'm just talking facts. Mm-hmm. Look at Vince Neil right now.
Yep.
Pushed it time after time after time, year after year after year, and
it's terrible. Right now? I don't like Motley Crue because of it.
And I don't care. I shouldn't have said he looked. I meant what he sounds like.
Yep.
Is not good.
I'm not buying it, Stu.
I'm embarrassed for him.
Yep. If there's nobody saying that I have to like Motley Crue because like new Motley Crue. I don't have to like it because I like old. Say I like Shout at the Devil and Too Fast for Love, but right now that's not them, and they kept it going and they've ruined it, and I'm not into it anymore.
Yeah, yeah, and especially when you're watching it live. Now I don't know. I don't get it sometimes when people are like, well, they sound great. I'm like, they really don't.
They don't.
And that's not just my opinion.
Yeah.
That is the truth. And I think I don't think it's right for people to just keep going and I don't know.
Nope,
do what you want to do. That's fine.
You're totally right.
And you see who you want to see. But when I saw Rod Stewart the other night, I'm like, he's got it. He gets it. Mm-hmm. He's doing songs and he does them in ways. Was I going, when I was singing along, was I going up and doing all the things he did on the records? Yes. Was he? Not always. But it's not that he wasn't doing any.
Right.
He was limiting it. And his songs are in a lower register anyway.
Yep.
So sometimes they're a little harder for me to sing because they're low. So, but still, it's a blast. And I get to watch them. And when they do that, I go, I get it. I get it. That's your age and you're doing what you can do and you sound great.
Yeah.
And you're moving around on stage and having fun. And that was a great show. Barry Manilow, same thing.
I agree.
Kiss, you know,
ZZ
Well,
Top. How is that possible?
oh,
ZZ Top was better than 90% of the bands that I've seen. It's three
Yeah.
guys.
yeah. Yep.
The
Absolutely.
hits, the amount of hits that they had, I was just like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Mhm.
And they're so cool. And it's like,
Right.
I was trying to tell the 16-year-old, I'm like, girls think they're cool, guys think they're cool. I don't even understand how it's possible. It's just guys with beards. Like, it's just how. And place goes ballistic. It's great though. That's the power.
Yeah, and I loved doing
It's
Beer Drinkers and Hellraisers. What
Oh,
a great
it's so
song.
good. Yeah. The whole place went crazy. It's
Yeah.
what do they call it? The Riz.
Oh yeah.
The Riz. Right.
Yeah, you got Riz. Yeah, they got Riz.
They got it by the bucket full.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, because it's just cool and awesome. I had a chance to meet up with Billy Gibbons years ago when I worked for St. Louis Music. Real cool guy. Real cool guy.
He seems like the coolest dude ever. I was telling the kid, I was just like, watch him. Just keep your eye on him. He's just amazing.
Yeah. How was the new bass player?
Awesome. He was great. And I think that the drummer is Frank Beard's son.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And so they were just great. Like, I don't even know. Like, I have nothing else to say, but they were awesome. I had a blast. Night Ranger was good. It didn't seem like either band played for long enough. But other than that, like, it was great. And you love going to concerts like that where you're just like, I want more. I want more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Kelly Kagi, he does pretty good with the older songs that he did. But I mean, there's moments. There's moments where he's not going to hit those stellar notes again. And I'm not looking for him to do so.
Right.
I'm just looking for him to find a good, comfortable way of doing that.
But they look like they're having a blast. And
they are. And Jack Blades, though, he is better vocally. I think he's better than he was. I'm just saying he's still there.
Yep.
Because he was going for some of that Tommy Shaw shit.
Can you take me high enough? Right. Yep.
And I'm like, that's a Tommy Shaw part that he's covering right there. Okay, good on you. I'm like, that's good. I'm impressed. You know, so, you know, it's sad. Maybe sometime we'll get back together here soon. Maybe while you're off, and from doing the road, maybe we can have another discussion where we talk about some stuff. And
absolutely, we have in the next couple of weeks we have a new 7-inch that's coming out. So like part of us being off the road is that over earlier in this year, like while we were working, I thought like I should be able to work while I'm on tour, right? That should be a thing that I can do. As a human being, I can like write a book and do all this stuff and work on it. Well, we put together a 7-inch that's going to come out in a couple weeks. That is a pink and green splattered double A-side single. So it's going to be Get Laid and Shock the World. Pink and green splattered with brand new artwork. The way that 7 inches are supposed to be done. It's all coming out in just a few weeks. Done over in Australia. They're going to be shipping us copies of it. But like for the music fans, for the collectors, for the nerds like us, like it's going to be awesome. The one that you have sitting in the back, officially sold out, is gone. So you got one of the 300. This 7-inch is going to be same thing, one of 300. Wow. And that'll be out. I'm just thrilled. Like I've never had a 7-inch with my name on it. That is
you're right.
It's cool. They're so cool. And so that I'm working on that. The other thing the next thing that comes out is a disco bald cassette. It's gonna be a mirrored cassette of So Hard It Hurts. With brand new artwork on the front and back. Yeah. Same thing, same type of deal. So we're kind of working on those like really cool for the rock and roll nerds.
Right.
It's what it is.
I was just going to nerd out on you and think there was Trick or Treat.
Yeah.
They had a silver cassette.
Okay. All right. Good.
Remember the one where he stuck it in the car and the
the
girlfriend's in the car and the thing comes up and her clothes start coming off.
That
was a silver cassette. I'm like, what movie was it that I love as a geek? And there was a silver cassette.
Yep.
That was it.
Yep. So it's like all these cool things, and it's like, man, why not? Like this is what we live for. We live for stuff like this. And the only thing that's holding us back from not doing it is just not doing it.
Right.
It's just us. And I just got to keep going back to what you said. Like we are the industry. We are our
Yes.
own record label. Now we're partnered with a great label out of Australia called MR Records, and they're like our brothers and they're our family, and they're with us to the end, ride or dies, and I love them for it. So they kind of got on the team. They're big Kiss fans too, so they kind of know, like, if I say, hey, we're gonna work on this, they're like, yes, we're totally in. So
Oh, man, that's great.
like, I won't make it any longer. Like, there's so many cool things, but as another nerdy thing, the first 2 Midnight Devils albums, because we didn't have a lot of money, were done on digipacks, right? You know, so
Yeah.
they weren't CD cases.
Yep.
So MR Records has re-released that album and the second one on jewel cases.
Shut your mouth.
So new artwork, not new artwork, but updated artwork.
Yeah, updated, right?
It's all put together, because that CD you have right now, that one that you're holding on to, sold out.
Yeah.
So that originally, the first pressing is gone. So now we're re-releasing the second pressing with a jewel case. Yeah, that one do we still have, but the first one, Something Bigger, is officially sold out.
Wow.
Yep.
That's outstanding.
So like, yeah, that's like the nerdy cool minutia that, like, I get excited about it. I know I can talk to you and you get excited about it.
Absolutely.
Not a whole lot of other people think it's as cool as we do.
I only think that's because there's just been a lack of the tangibility.
Sure.
And my kids have said things, you know, like, especially my son, you know, where I have a CRT TV.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, because my kids both were like, you got to get rid of those, Dad. I had like 35-inch, you know, and I go, but, you know, and so I was like, all right, fine. I donated them to place. It's a couple of different. One went to my friend's son because he is a collector of all things electronic, old stuff. So I gave one to him because it was huge, and getting it down the stairs wasn't easy. And then I gave the other one, but then my friend had one. He goes, well, I was thinking about putting this in the dump. I go, well, does it work? He's like, yeah. And I go, I'll take it.
Yeah.
And then my son saw it. He goes, you know, I kind of wish I had one of those. I'm like, that's why their CDs that they wanted to give up are in my collection. And, you know, I just hold on to some of that stuff. Not everything, but I mean, you know, they may one day go, you know, and my daughter's like, I don't know. I was thinking maybe I'd get into vinyl. Because I told her about my turntable here that I bought through Amazon. She goes, well, you could give it to me. I'm like, yeah, I probably will do that.
Yeah.
But do you want to get into that? That's the big question. Do you really? I got a wall in there of vinyl. So, I mean, that makes sense. But, you know, I don't know. But I have a couple of vinyl in there she would like, and I could give her that. You know, I like gifting things like that.
So things are good here. We're just
man, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's just really cool. And so it's just like, I'm just trying to sit down here and like marinate and enjoy being home around the family, but still be super creative and really work on. And it's just like the sky's the limit. We just got to think it. But Sniper and I started working on new songs already. We got some really cool stuff in the works. So it's just setting it up and going out with this new video for Shock the World. It's just like, it's great timing. I love it. I'm proud to tell the video. We did it in Cincinnati at a.
Thank you. I was going to say, tell me real quick about that.
Yeah, it was December 2024. We just got home from, I think we did the UK Norway run, and we were home for a few weeks, and then we flew to Cincinnati and did this big show. It's called Kenny Ozfest. Sold out, 500 people plus, and I thought it was just like, let's get a camera crew in there to film it because it's just going to be great. We blew up extra big balloons and threw them out over the crowd, and it was perfect. It captured the live essence of what the Midnight Devils is about, exactly like I see it from the stage is what it looked like on the video.
Did you have anybody from the prior video that showed up for that and was there?
No, it was all brand new.
Okay.
It was all new directors, all new. I just kind of picked out somebody from Cincinnati that could be there and seemed really cool, and it worked really well.
Yeah, you didn't have your big girthy guy that was the devil in the sun.
No, he couldn't go. We haven't figured out how to put him on a plane yet. No offense. No offense, too. He's my cousin.
So you can say that.
He's my cousin. It's fine.
I can say that stuff. It's like brothers. We're, That's great. It's my cousin.
But we're talking, and that's like another cool thing, like bouncing ideas off of people is like the Midnight Devils are turning into this really cool thing where it's like we can introduce new characters or take away characters or whatever on the kind of cartoon universal side of the Midnight Devils. It's this really cool whatever we want to do, however we want to progress the story, and I love having that freedom. We're not locked into one box.
Right.
So much different than any other band. Yeah.
And that's the beauty. It gets that morph, keeps it fresh. Man, that's smart. That's smart.
It's like I can eternally find new stuff in new ways. It's like writing a comic book or whatever. I can eternally evolve. And the goal is to do it even if the like the guys in the, it's very Kiss. It's very, very Kiss. Like even if the guys in the band can't be in the same room or can't physically do this, well, the characters they can do whatever.
Yep. Wow, we do this back and forth. That's how geeky we are. We do this back and forth.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll say something and you're like, you did it earlier, where you're like, I'm glad you mentioned that. Because as soon as you were just saying something, I go, oh man.
The music industry. I'm like, we are the music industry. I'm like,
you are the industry of music, brother. That's what it is.
We are.
And I was just thinking when you were talking about that, I'm like, oh, maybe I could help you. We could do a comic book.
Oh yeah. See?
Because I love to write and that kind of thing, and we could hash something out together.
It's really what I'm getting into right now is writing, and how do I flick that switch in my head that just lets it all flow out.
Yeah, let's keep talking. Let's keep talking about that because absolutely. And another thing is I like editing. I worked with Stuart on some of the storyline things that they had just only in proofreading. Yeah. And in kind of doing that kind of thing. He's like, here's the ideas. Here's what I want. This is the thing. And then I just kind of went through and I'm like, you just check out consistencies and all that kind of stuff. And they had a comic book coming out for this new record. So
cool. Yeah. Well, I'll let you know. Like I'm in the midst of it.
Yeah. Because it's one of those things, man. They go a lot faster sometimes they go a lot faster if you have a couple of heads on it. At least it opens it up to doing more. You know what I mean?
So everything's good. Like we're just Terry and I are gonna get ready to go to work here pretty soon. And
all right.
Another big show tonight, which is the fourth night of the 4-day weekend. Man. So it's every week is the 4-day weekend, and we went hard this week, and I'm pretty proud of the girls and everybody for how good they did this weekend.
That's fantastic. Hey, I'm going to send you some songs. You ever get some suggestions on songs to use at the club?
Every now and again I do. And tonight's perfect. So it's Sunday night. I can kind of really play whatever I want. Man,
I'll tell you what. Have you ever played Bedroom Eyes by Yngwie Malmsteen?
I don't think so.
Oh, dude.
Our t-shirt guy wanted me to play Hammerfall.
We got to find the right one there. But
it sounded good. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that it went.
I love Hammerfall, but I'm like, for that, I don't know.
Yeah.
But Bedroom Eyes, I mean, the title speaks for itself. So
I love it.
But well, Sam, thank you so much.
Thank you
to everybody out there checking it out. Thank you for being here today, man. We look forward to having you back on. Let's keep. I want to make sure that we keep you in the spotlight here, and we can talk about whatever.
Well, let's talk whenever the record comes out. I want to be able to hold it up and just be like, "Here you go, Stu. Check this out." So when that record comes out, I'll hit you up.
Yeah, man, that'd be great. That'd be great. Well, all right, folks. If you got just keep checking out Midnight Devil stuff. In the meantime, the brand new single is out. And the video is out there now, right?
Yes. Shock the World. It's on YouTube.
Shock the World.
Yep.
Check it out. And then we will see everybody real soon. I'll probably be back tomorrow. I got another interview coming up.
He's regular, folks. Every single day.
You have a great evening, my friend.
Catch you later, Stu.
Catch you, man.
Bye.
Thanks.